Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Welcome back to another pre-market live stream today. So good morning, everybody. Let me get that out of the way. Boom, boom. Everything's good. Fantastic. All right. So yesterday ended up being a crazy trading day. Booyah. So today we're going to be following a couple stocks. Yesterday was a really big green day for me, so I don't want to do anything stupid to jeopardize the profits I made. That wouldn't be fun. But we have TNXP, NBEV, something I'm watching, and then really kind of advising to kind of watch the large caps. I really recommend watching large caps today. Kind of seeing some bullish moves in the market. If we continue in that bullish momentum, we're going to see bullish moves on things like Apple and probably Netflix and some of those bigger stocks. Good morning, Yuri. Good morning, everybody joining in with us so far this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the screen. So give me just a second. All right, here we go. So first one I'll talk about is TNXP. So TNXP has had a pretty good morning so far, already up quite a bit. It ran from $5 up to $7.75. So all in all, so far this morning, it's currently up from its closing price. Let's see, about 100%. So right now, TNXP already up 100%. They did have some very positive news that I think they got some FDA approval or something about that. Let's see. What was it? Oh, it's about one of their trials. That's what it is. Yeah, so their pharmaceutical announces additional details of new phase 3 study, blah, blah, blah. So it seemed like they came out with some news this morning in regards to their phase 3 study. Let's see what it says. New phase 3 recovery trial includes about 250 patients. Yeah. So quite a couple press releases there, and the stock is kind of flying right now. Okay. Exactly. I know. I got the mustache going right now. So with TNXP, what you got to understand, right, is so with TNXP, it was a reverse split stock, okay? Just a day ago, okay? So it did a reverse split, meaning what? What happened when there was a reverse split? Everybody, what happened? The company reduced the amount of shares that were available to purchase on the open market. Therefore, what it ends up doing is it makes the float of their stock smaller, meaning they now have less supply, which then therefore makes their stock more volatile, meaning you can see things like this, where the stock goes from 5 to 775 in a matter of just a couple 15 minutes. You can see the stock go up 100% from the day before. Okay, they did a reverse split. They reduced the amount of shares on the open market. Therefore, they have less supply, thus making their stock more volatile. In result, their stock can move fast like you've seen it do this morning. You accommodate that reverse split with some positive news like our phase 3 trial, 250 new patients, FDA, breakthrough, guidance, meeting with the FDA. Those are all key words to be in a press or news release that grabs attention, right? Like, for example, right? Like, let's just say it's all garbage. Like, it could really all be some BS. Like, that could all be garbage, but since they have breakthrough, therapy guidance, meeting with the FDA, endpoint, primary, phase 3, titled in all caps, recovery, 250 new like all that stuff in the news right now is just priming up for people to think it's good. I mean, like, they've nailed all the keywords in that press release that make me even think about trading it, right? Primary endpoint, breakthrough, top line, new phase 3, caps, recovery, right? Like, that press release is interesting. It's grabbing people's attention. And as you can see, the price has increased dramatically this morning. Okay. So the story behind this, again, is they had a reverse split. That's part of the reason as to why that stock is seeing so much volatility this morning. It's coupled from the reverse split and the news. So there's like two major things that I see coming together that's providing this move here so far this morning. All right. So we know that when penny stocks like TNXP get up higher pre-market, they're more likely to kind of dump out of the gates, right? We've seen that recently, right? We've seen that a couple times. So I want to say keep TNXP on watch, but I personally think it's something that you should be very patient with. Even myself, I really got to be patient with this just because I know it can be extremely volatile, and it's a recent reverse split. This will most likely come down in at least by today or tomorrow or the coming day. This will not hold up, okay? Chances are we'll see this kind of fade out. So still going to watch it. I think it has good opportunity to keep running, so we'll follow it. All right, if you look at the yearly chart here, you'll see that it's right up at resistance. Or actually, it's over that, excuse me, because it's up to $8 this morning. I apologize. So really, on its yearly chart, it has no resistance on the 3-year chart. So it's up to 8. It got up close to $8, right? So where does that put us? 8. Okay, so $8 is arguably a small resistance. I could foresee it getting up to maybe $10.80. Like if it really picked up, I could see it getting up to about $10.80. That would be the start of this gap in the chart. So that's definitely a major resistance. So 10, maybe 10.80. If it really got going this morning, I could foresee that happening. Okay. So we're definitely going to follow it. You know, it can be extremely volatile. Right now, it's kind of trending down pre-market a tad bit, but in a nice way, not too aggressive, kind of slowly trending down, which is okay. It's holding above the volume weighted average price. It's holding above the 50 moving average. This makes me like the stock more. The fact that it's already pulling back and consolidating a bit in a downwards move, that's good because, you know, if it just kept shooting up and up and up and up and up, again, it's more likely to just crash when the market opens. So now that we're pulling back, it will make people like me go, okay, I kind of like it. I kind of like that it's pulling back. I kind of like that the price is now cheaper. I kind of like that it's not so overextended pre-market. I kind of like it now, right? This pullback is actually making it more desirable to potentially trade today. If it just kept flying up, it would actually make it less desirable and better for a short play. So the more this comes down, I think is good. You know, as long as it can hold above the volume weighted average price and the 50 moving average, that would be a good sign for today. So keep TNXP on watch. I think if it really gets cooking, you know, it could really reach highs of $7. I mean, we just watched it go from $5 to basically $8 in, you know, no time. So I with more volume coming in, we could definitely see this pick up on the day. So definitely follow that. Okay. $12,000 haircut right there, baby. Yeah, so anyways, TNXP up to $8. We'll see what happens there, right? Next one on the list is NBEV. So this is one that I'm not yet crazy about, but I'm just going to tell you guys that you might as well watch it just in case. The yearly chart, or sorry, let me go do the 180-day chart. The 180-day chart looks pretty good here. I'm starting to get bullish on this particular stock. Now, it doesn't have a ton of volume like we would hope and like we want, but right now it's starting to create some higher lows, as you can see, and it's starting to kind of press up here, and it's starting to break through some trend lines. Okay, so it's kind of ending this channeling, and I think in the coming days we might see NBEV turn into a really good long. So there's really not much more for me to talk about on NBEV, right? You can see it had its big range. The range has gotten smaller, it's gotten tighter. We've now started trending up with these higher lows. We're pressing up towards old resistance points, okay? We're pressing up towards these old resistance levels, and if we can break over those, we should see a nice pop on NBEV. Not to mention, if you draw a trend line from kind of your highs up here going down following your pops, You can see NBEV broke that trend, and now it's kind of respecting it, and it's starting to bounce. So I think in the coming days, we could see some nice moves occur on NBEV, particularly if it can get up and over the prices of about 460 to 470. I think it could turn into a really good long. So I will be watching it today just in case, but I have the idea that it might need a couple more days to set up, but we'll see. Okay. Good morning, Sherry. Good luck, Savitu. I've done a lot of videos on Thinkorswim, so I would just recommend going through my tutorial videos on YouTube, as I do tons of them. So that'd probably be the best bet. I've done a lot of things about setups and scanners and this and that. So a lot of different tutorials on Thinkorswim I've done. All right. Now, one more I'll talk about is, I'll talk about ANF here too. So ANF is an earnings play. Yeah, it's Abercrombie and Fitch, right? So they had earnings. They gapped up pretty strong. They're just consolidating right now. This doesn't look bad, but it also reminds me of CRM yesterday. So we were watching CRM long, but we also were on the idea that it was at major resistance, so it might just sell off. And as some of you probably got from the morning video, I got caught in that early morning kind of panic sell from CRM. I think I lost $250. So right now you can see Abercrombie and Fitch is at a major resistance. This red line I'm about to put on the chart will be the resistance point for Abercrombie and Fitch, which is at about $21. Okay, so as you can see, the price is basically at $21. It has $1 per share more to go before it hits major resistance. So I'm kind of torn on Abercrombie & Fitch. I want to be long bias on it, but I also think it runs major risk that it could just run right up to 21 and then come crashing down like we've seen. So it's kind of like, it's up pretty big. It's pressing resistance. Here's also the flip side. If Abercrombie & Fitch pushes up to 21, breaks 21, it'll probably have a really quick pop and you can make a lot of money there. But again, I think it's kind of a wishy-washy type of trade right now. I'll be watching it closely for a potential short around 21 or for a breakout at 21, depending on how the strength of that stock looks when we get there. It's extremely hard to mirror trades. It really is, especially like right in the morning because things are moving so fast. It's really hard to mirror them. So and that's another thing too. When people join into our trading room, our trading service, the number one thing I say is not to trade with us until you've gotten a full understanding of how I like to trade, how we trade, how fast things move, or else it's probably not going to really work for you. And people in our room will tell you the same. When you just try and jump in, follow trades right off the bat, it's very challenging until you really learn the flow of how our room works. Things like that will become a little bit easier. I do not wear Abercrombie & Fitch. No, sir. Yeah, I seen Yeti today. I probably won't follow Yeti. I did get a haircut. That did happen. Yeah, I was just getting out of control. It was getting too much. Anyways, so Abercrombie & Fitch, I kind of like it. There's also a bunch of other earnings plays today that I'm not really following. Again, yesterday was a really monster day for me, so I'm not going to really go in today trying to press anything too much. Probably just going to look for hopefully a relaxed day. If it turns into something better, so be it. But yeah, I don't mess around with futures. I mean, I watch some futures, but I don't trade futures. I probably will trade futures eventually. But there's just only so much I can handle in terms of one thing at a time, So the morning gap up tool that I used to have on the screen, not that I don't want to have it up. I was using a streaming service and it made it really easy for me to put it up there. I was using XSplit and now I use OBS, and I haven't really played around with OBS enough to the point where I can put it up. I mean, if I actually took some time to learn it, we could have it back up, but I just haven't. Anyways, I like XSplit better for streaming, but the last time I was using XSplit, it started wigging out my computer. Everything was glitching really weird, and I don't know why. I would turn on XSplit and then all of a sudden all of my monitors would all flash and they wouldn't stop flashing. And then when I would exit out of XSplit, then the monitors would be normal. So I don't know what's happening, but you get the point. Nope, I don't trade crypto. I mean, it's just not something I got into, right? Like I can make money trading crypto, sure, but I can make money trading stocks already, and then people are like, well, you can make more money. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you can make more money all the time. I could make more money, if I stayed trading the market longer than I do on average, but I could also lose more money. So, crypto is just something I never got into. It's pretty much just it, right? What Discord channels do I watch? I don't. Uh, if you're referring to like what channels I'm in my own room, it's naturally the trading room and then our live streamed broadcast room. Yeah, another stock that was just mentioned in our chat by Sydney Wallace is Intelstat. Yeah, Intelstat had a big what does it say? What am I saying here? Yeah, Intelstat, excuse me. Intelstat had a big sell-off. It hit resistance, had a major sell-off, so that's kind of seeing some volatility right now. But yeah, that might be something you want to keep on watch. Other than that, guys, I mean, that's really all I got for you guys today. I'm going to follow ANF. I'm going to follow TNXP, and I'm going to follow NBEV. I'll have up our momentum scanner in our private room. If something else pops up or something hits our various scanners, then maybe I'll hop onto those and trade those. But yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward. TNXP, NBEV, and Abercrombie and Fitch. And by the title of the video, all large cap stocks, meaning, again, as I've been saying for weeks, wait till the market gets bullish and start following some bigger name stocks. We've seen Apple have a good day. We've seen, I think, NVIDIA had a pretty good day. A lot of stocks had some very strong bullish moves yesterday, and we very well could see that continue today. I don't trade leveraged ETFs I do trade leveraged ETFs, but I don't naturally trade UGAs or DGAs all that very much. A lot of people trade them, if you like trading them, so be it. I have nothing against trading them. It's just not something I naturally trade. I've traded them a couple times. I think the last time I traded UGAs was like a couple weeks ago, and I made a couple $100 on it or something, but yeah, I mean, you can trade those too. There's nothing wrong with ETFs. The big problem that comes into ETFs and leverage ETFs is the people trading them have absolutely no clue what they're actually even trading, and that's a fact. And what I mean by that is when I talk to people about them that trade them, and obviously I'm referring to maybe some newer traders and more beginner traders, they're trading them and they don't even know what they're trading. Right? They don't even know how it works. They don't even know what an ETF really is, and they're just trading them, right? Without any, understanding of what it is they're actually trading. And, you can make money doing that, but if you actually knew what you're trading, you'd be far better off, and the likelihood of you making money or losing less money would be greater. So that's another big issue there with ETFs is most people don't even know what they're actually trading with them. When it comes to trading a stock, I mean, most people know what they're trading. You're trading shares of a company. So there's some things about ETFs that most people need to learn. I think before trading them, they're a little bit more complex, but they work the same way. That's the thing is they work the same way as a stock when you trade it, but they're not actually a stock. Errors, yeah, we have a free chat room. It's going to be in the one of the links in the description of the video. You can check that out. I would not. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at ALT, and I'm not going to, not to be rude there. And the only reason why is I know what ALT is, and it's a garbage stock, and I would really just not even trade it. If you look back at the chart, I think it ran up to like $27 and then dropped out. It was basically like the most sketchiest pump and dump thing I had ever seen. It was just ridiculous. So no, I will not suggest that. But anyways, guys, as you can see, ANF is moving up here on the screen. So that, again, it's having some bullish movement here. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll come on with a recording video later, probably another video if you guys want to tune into that one too as well. But I have a meeting. With Mayor Barack on Friday. I'll be having a meeting with him, a Skype meeting. At least that's what we have planned, unless something changes. So yeah, I got a meeting with him. Gonna ask him some questions. You know, do the whole thing. I'm gonna ask him some questions. You know, I'm sure I'll probably get some runaround bullshit for some amount of time frame until I can't handle the bullshit anymore, and then I'll just fucking lose my mind. Sorry about the swearing there, but seriously, I mean, it's probably going to happen one way or the other. So I'm really having this meeting with them because I want to know, A, more about him. B, I want to know more about the business. And then C, I need to dive in to see what the hell is really going on with all this TradeNet, possibly a scam, possibly not a scam, this and that. It's like, I can't, it's just too much. I don't know what to believe. At this point, I have to make up my own conclusions. So the best way I thought to do that would be to sit down with the man himself, Mayor Barack, and talk to him. So we'll see what's going on there. I'm so glad, Edgar, you said that. I forgot about that. Not really forget, I just haven't told anybody yet. So we have to move the small account challenge to Robinhood. So I will be doing that. I didn't upload last week's small account challenge. I ended up losing, I think last week, maybe $20 in that account, but I accidentally locked myself under PDT. I had one more trade left, and I was like, all right, I'm going to swing trade this. And then later in the day, I logged in and I was up some, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just sell it. And I forgot it was only my last trade. So I accidentally locked myself on the 90-day restriction with Webull. So I was like, well, that kind of sucks. So I guess I'll just move it to Robinhood and just use Robinhood's platform for now until that's unlocked. So I don't really know. I'm still going to do tutorials on Webull, showing people how to use it some more. But I got to continue the small account challenge on Robinhood, which is fine, I guess. It's really just the same thing. I was just kind of excited to use Webull's platform, but now that I kind of that's up for myself for 90 days, yeah, you get the point. I know. How dare me? And you know what's funny? It's like my number one. That is one of my number one rules for beginner traders when you're trading PDT is to, well, kind of, yeah, don't take a trade if you can't get out of it, kind of thing, without locking your account. And that's also the thing is Webull, I had I had $1,200 in it, right? I mean, my regular trading account that I trade with every day is my main account. So it's well, if I get locked out, it doesn't really matter because I can still trade, right? Whereas for someone who can't continue trading, you're kind of just effed yourself for 90 days unless you open up another brokerage account, which is a hassle in itself. So for me, it's not even, it doesn't really matter. It is what it is. I have Webull, I have Robinhood, I got TD Ameritrade, I even have a Lightspeed account. I'll probably have an E-Trade account soon. I don't even know. Maybe Centerpoint Secure. I mean, I'll just keep doing things, but you get the point. Anyways, I got to get back to the private group. It's been a good morning, good chat with you guys. Other than that, yeah, guys, have a green day. Stay green. Don't press your trades too hard. Don't be like me and be an idiot for your first few trades of the day and then realize that you want to make money and then go make your money. Just make your money first, right? So I'll see you guys all a little bit later today for a recap video as usual, and then see you guys tomorrow morning.